Can a house in Dunedin be heated just by the sun? It sounds almost impossible, considering the cold winters. Architects Fernanda Cajao and Tim Ross have accepted this challenge. They have designed a house that has the lowest heating cost possible. After finishing her master's in science at the University of Otago, Fernanda decided she wanted to create energy-efficient buildings.
An energy-efficient house is a house well designed to achieve a healthy and comfortable environment at affordable cost. This means you don't need to pay a lot to heat that house to comfortable levels. To achieve this, there are two main things we need to consider. One is to provide a really well-insulated shell, and the second one is to create an airtight environment.
The size of the house is one of the requirements for an energy-efficient house, and this project is slightly small. That will make it easy to warm it and reduce the cost of heating. North-facing houses will get the most sun. However, in this case, the architects had to deal with the location. As a result, there are some windows facing north and others west to capture midday and evening sun. An energy-efficient house needs well-insulated walls. In this case, the entire house is built using SIP panels, which are already insulated.
So this is one of the panels that we're using in the house, or it's a smaller version. The panels that we're using in the house are 200 millimeters thick, so they're a bit bigger than this one. But essentially you can see that you've got a continuous layer of insulation going from the inside to the outside. So in the case of a normal timber frame wall, you have a lot of studs running through, which cause thermal bridging between the inside and the outside and allow a lot of heat to escape. One of the brilliant things about SIPS panels is that you have continuous insulation all around, and therefore your heat losses are a lot less than they would be with traditional timber frame construction.
The architects aimed to create a house which was dry, with no condensation, and where the temperature inside was a constant 20 degrees. To reach that goal, the ceiling is covered with a membrane which will help to keep the house dry and warm. However, another technology used to remove the moisture produced every day in a house is a heat exchange system.
So this mechanical ventilation system with heat recovery basically takes the warm, stale air from each of the bathrooms and the laundry and the kitchen in the house. It draws that through ducts, and it runs it through a heat exchanger system. So the warm, stale air passes by the incoming cool, fresh air, and the heat from the stale air is passed into the cool, incoming fresh air, and then that fresh air is then distributed to each of the bedroom spaces.
The windows are another important element of the house design. They save energy by using thermal broken frames to reduce condensation.
So we have chosen thermally broken windows where we have a frame that is not connected between the inside and the outside, and it has a spacer that prevents heat flowing from inside to outside. So that will prevent the house, the frames of the house from condensation, and it will provide a good alternative for this house.
Using a blower door, the architects check every corner, looking for any evidence of a leak or draft.
So the idea of the blower door test is to pressurize the house and actually test and see if it's performing as we've designed it. So we pressurize the house to 50 pascals, and then we measure how quickly the air escapes through all the leaks. And there'll always be some leaks, so we're trying to get to a reasonable level of airtightness.
The house is located on the sunny hills of the Otago Peninsula, and Diana has high hopes for the new home.
I knew I wanted something energy efficient just because the house I had owned for 13 years was very big and cold and drafty, and I knew I just wanted something a lot warmer. My heating costs would be about $850 a year, and in my previous house, which was a very large double brick and tile 4-bedroom 2-story house, I would regularly spend $500 a month in the winter. So my heating bill in this house will be a fraction of what it would have been in my previous house.
Building a house of your dreams could be very expensive, but in the long term, the lower cost of electricity will pay back the initial investment.